Hi, my name is Katie Moore, and the advice I would give to my 17-year-old self who was desperately trying to audition for drama schools and getting turned away would be just chill, because you never know where your life and your creative journey is going to take you.
What is the meatiest role that you've ever had?
The meatiest?
Yes.
Oh, in what way?
I guess like wherever you've performed before, stage or screen or...
Well, maybe not the meatiest, but one of the funniest roles I had was in England. My kind of first TV foray, I guess, was on Casualty, BBC Casualty, which I don't know if you guys have it here, but it's like a doctor nurses type drama. And it was really cool. I got a little speaking role on that, and it was my first experience of being on a professional set. I had a stunt double. I was like, what the heck is
You've
this?
got a stunt double? What did you have to do? I had a stunt double,
because so basically this is the funniest thing about the storyline. Me and my sister had a fight. She shoved a tampon down my throat, and I got rushed to hospital.
Oh, so your stunt double had to get
No,
that tampon.
I actually had it like in my throat a bit.
Oh, okay.
But we had a fight.
Yeah.
So we actually did a bit of the fighting, but then the stunt doubles did a bit of fighting as well. So It was cool. Like, we did fighting. I had a tampon in my throat. I was put in an ambulance. I was rushed into hospital with one of those,
the cast around.
Yeah, so it was full on. And they had real doctors and nurses on the set to make sure like everything was, as it would be. And they actually said some of their equipment was better than what was in the real hospitals, which was insane.
Yeah.
And I was wearing a hospital gown, and I got taken shopping for my outfit, and then I got to keep it. And I made friends, got chatting to the director, and he was like, you can go and sit in the edit and see how it all works. That was amazing experience. And yeah, I think that was an exciting time. But oh God, I don't know. There's so many different things. And recently I'm doing a play, the short 10-minute play actually, down in Cronulla, Crash Test Finals, which are sort of short play finals. And we got through to the finals and we won the judge's choice.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you, which is so exciting. So we're going to go through to Short and Sweet, which is
nice.
a big festival here.
Okay.
Which I've never done before. Sounds awesome and really exciting.
Yeah.
So
are you performing in the play in Short and Sweet?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So we're performing again in Cronulla soon at their Christmas party. And then we go through to
Cool. What's the play about?
So it's called Oh Lucy. I'm Lucy, and I've got my flatmate who is Jen, and basically I just roll in after this terrible date I've had, and just complaining about this date. And it turns out the reason I didn't like my date was because he was too short in height. So it's just a very fun, quirky little piece. And I think the casting's great because we're both of the right kind of age. Me and my other actress, we've got loads of good chemistry on stage, and it's just really, really fun. You can have so much fun with it. I think hopefully the audience got that vibe as well. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect kind of play to for Short and Sweet.
Hopefully. I think so. And it's just quite realistic. You can kind of see it would work really well on TV and stuff as well. So yeah, it's good to do that. It's kind of weird flipping from TV to theatre, because theatre you're kind of big, projecting your voice.
Yeah. Different
craft, and then you go to TV and it's you have to bring it right down. And
so you went from screen to stage?
I started more in theatre land, and then I've kind of done both. And for me, TV, I always have to tone, because I'm quite expressive, so I have to tone it right down and do to me it feels like no movement. But then I watch it back and I'm like, oh no, that looks very natural. So yeah, it's fun. I like to do both, because I think it kind of stretches you and it brings out different sides. Whereas stage acting is hard because you're doing it for an audience live, but then you still have to make it look natural.
Yep.
So again, hard skill. But
I
love
that
both.
One's hard.
I love both, and I kind of grew up in the theatre, so it sounds really weird. It sounds weird, but for me, whenever I go to the theatre, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm coming home or something. There's something really familiar and not scary about it.
That's a good thing about theatre. Some people just get stage fright and they would much rather just be in front of a screen and not move.
Yeah.
But it's great that you can be so versatile across.
I think it's good. I think it's good to challenge yourself, because as I said to you, it's all about playing and pushing yourself and pushing your boundaries. And you might struggle with performance, or it might not come naturally, but if you don't, you're never going to get to the next stage if you don't kind of push yourself, I think, and see what you're capable of and see how it goes and have fun. I don't agree with Brexit personally. I think it's kind of scary because you don't know what the effect's gonna be, like what's gonna happen for the economy. Yeah, I mean, we're still in the stage, I think, where nothing's kind of gone through, and now Boris Johnson has come in, and that is hilarious because he's just, yeah. So, I don't know, it's kind of a bit of a funny atmosphere. The problem was it was so close. I think 40% wanted to stay, and then it just was like an inch over that wanted to leave. So, yeah, I just think there was a lot of scaremongering and not enough education necessarily. And, you know, I don't think people always vote for the right reasons in their head. But yeah, I mean, still, jury's out. I don't know what the outcome's going to look like. Yeah, I'm kind of happy that I've got the opportunity to live here as well. Because I don't know, I think it might get harder to sell houses, or as I say, I don't know how it's going to affect the economy and jobs. But yeah, we'll see. It's funny. It just feels like they want to close the walls, which kind of doesn't make sense to me since we're living in a more global economy, and it makes sense to become more
open
and globalised, because that's how we're going to solve some of the big issues that are happening, rather than just closing yourself off in a way.
And it's a bit of it's in a limbo a little bit right now.
It's limbo land.
Trying to juggle that whole transition.
Oh, and and the problem is, like, you think of all the money wasted. That's what gets me, like all the money wasted that could have been going on, health services or into kind of social services or much better places, rather than wasted on Brexit. It's nuts when you read the figures and you're thinking, what the hell? This is like, where are people's priorities? The priority should be on like climate change and not on stuff like Brexit. You wake up, it's dark in the morning, and then you leave, and it gets dark about like 4 p.m.
Oh.
So there's a very minimal amount of sunlight in the day, and it's flooding. There's loads of flooding there at the moment. So while we've been kind of struggling with bushfires and stuff here, there's been loads of flooding over there. Even some snow has started happening. And like, Christmas is fun. Christmas is such a magical time of year in England, because I never feel as Christmassy, but I guess because it's so cold there, you need something to
cheer you
make
up.
you feel positive. Cheer you up, exactly. Otherwise you're like, oh, I'm in this hibernation hole.
Yes.
Well, English Christmas is, obviously it's cold, which I know sounds silly, but it makes such a difference, because we've got like, people massively embrace it. You've got the Christmas lights everywhere, Christmas food, and the Christmas food makes sense because it's like a roast dinner, and I don't know, Christmas puddings and mince pies, and you're so cold, so you can like snuggle up, and there's a fireplace, and there's just more of a sense of magic and like coming together, and like emphasis placed on families and stuff. Whereas here it feels much more holiday vibe, chilled, like get the Barbie out, swim in the pool, and I'm like, this is hard for me to reconcile that this is Christmas.
Yeah, Australia's the land of opposites.
It's the land of opposites, you're right. And it's fun, but it's more of a like summer holiday. It doesn't feel like a Christmas. Like, there's just something very traditional about an English Christmas, but you eat a lot, so you just end up eating a lot, and then playing board games, and then falling asleep in front of a Christmas film.
Yeah,
but it's good to have both.
So you're still at the stage of reconciling like the Australian version compared to
it just doesn't feel like Christmas. I think a lot of people that are English as well I've spoken to, they feel the same. They're like, it's just not the same kind of Christmas.
Okay.
I'm going to be here for Christmas this year, but yeah, it'll be more like a fun summery vibe than
the
what I
beach
would
vibe
have it.
with the barbecue. Yeah,
exactly. Compared to what I would have in the UK, I guess. Well, that's that's an interesting question. Well, I think the royal family is quite prevalent here as well, isn't it? It's like people...
Yeah, they do follow it a little bit.
I think people...
But it feels like they have a lot of like sort of a status, almost like a celeb status in the UK.
Yeah, I guess so. I think people are very, emotive about the royal family, and I think a lot of it stemmed as well from Princess Diana. So she was a huge influence for people and kind of modernised the royal family in a way. So obviously we've had a royal family for years and years and years. But when Princess Diana came through, she was like the people's princess, and I think she did kind of make everyone kind of fall in love with her, and as I say, modernise the royal family. And then obviously William and Harry have come through and, you know, have been the young princes, and again being quite modern in their outlook. And it's just, people are kind of fascinated because, you know, it's this just something from, it's so much like heritage that's come with it, and it's, I don't know, archaic in a way, but then you still are kind of fascinated by, you know, Buckingham Palace and the castles and the Queen. I mean, I don't even know how old she is now, but it's, yeah, she still does the Queen's speech at Christmas, and it's just interesting to watch. And she still has quite a lot of sway in Parliament. So I don't know, I think it's become quite an entrenched part of English culture, and it's been, people get fascinated by, I think, Harry and William as well, and obviously with Meghan Markle being American and coming through, but I see it here as well. I'm surprised how much of a fascination there is in Australia with the royal family.
Do you feel like there's as much a fascination here in Australia compared to the UK?
I think there is. I'm always reading about it, and there's whole sites set up for like royal family goss, and I'm like, what the heck?
It's crazy. It's like this family that everyone's just talking about, and you know so much about only because
of being born into. Yeah. So, you know, like the new generation, they're just born into it. But amazing, like, as well, amazing opportunities, like the stuff they do with the charities and, you know, initiatives, and it would be an interesting life. I can imagine. I think for Meghan, she's kind of been thrown into this life and it's full on. I mean, I don't know how many guidelines they have. I know sometimes they can be quite particular about, you know, I guess what you can and can't wear or say and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to be in a fly on the wall in Buckingham Palace.
Yeah. Or just be in the shoes for one day.
Yeah. That would be so cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of with Meghan Markle for one day.
Actually, that might happen. Like, you might have, like, you know, a show going on about the royal family, and then, like, you could play a part.
Yeah, I would love that.
That'd be an interesting show.
Well, the Crown's on at the moment.
Oh, yes, that's right.
But yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to play a royal or something. I always wanted to do, like, a period drama as well, because they film, I don't think they film as many here, but they film a lot, obviously, in England, period dramas, and especially down near where I used to live in Bristol, like in the Cotswolds, they've got lots of old villages.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they do lots of filming.
Which prince would you date? Would you marry?
Oh gosh, he's loving his royal family questions, isn't he? Yeah. Definitely Harry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think he's the cooler one?
Yeah. He's got less pressure.
Yes, true.
Because Will's going to be king, so that's full on.
Yeah.
But I always liked Harry.
Okay.
He's like the cheeky chappy, and I think he's got a lovely voice. And yeah, I don't know, I've always really liked him. And yeah, I would always say Harry. Meghan's lucky.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of The Convo Couch, and thank you to Katie for coming on today.
Thanks for having me, it was great.
Don't forget to check out the links below to her profile and subscribe too. See you next time.
Hi, my name is Katie Moore, and the advice I would give to my 17-year-old self who was desperately trying to audition for drama schools and getting turned away would be just chill, because you never know where your life and your creative journey is going to take you. And actually, it is true when they say have resilience and perseverance, and also be open-minded, because when one opportunity doesn't happen, there's many more out there. And don't forget to have fun, because that's why I fell in love with acting. And I always want to remember that, because you don't want to lose the fun and the enjoyment of why you're doing this.